Hello. This is Anna Wilds. I'm the franchise economist, and thank you for joining us for today's Franchise Minute. Every Wednesday at 11:30, we will discuss a hot topic in franchising. And this week, we are going to talk about hot concepts for 2023. We'll begin in just a moment. There are a few people who are joining us now. And again, if you did just join us, I'm Anna Wilds, the franchise economist, and we will begin the Franchise Minute in just a few seconds. And after the video plays, then put your questions in the chat box and I'll be glad to answer them. Next Wednesday, just to announce, I will be out of town in LA visiting two different franchisors. So our next Franchise Minute will be in 2 Wednesdays. So let us begin. It is now 11:31 and we will listen to the Franchise Minute. Hi, I'm Anna Wilds, your franchise economist, and I've got 2 great recommendations for you for franchises that'll be hot in 2023. The first are home improvement services. More than ever, people work and study from home. And with the real estate market tight, people are fixing up and staying put. The other area to focus on are affordable luxuries. So people can't afford maybe a nice vacation, but they can treat themselves to a haircut, a massage, or go into the gym. People don't like to give up those affordable luxuries, as we found out during COVID. So stick around for 15 minutes as we talk about hot franchises for 2023. Put any questions you have on this topic in the chat box and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for joining me, Anna Wilds, your franchise economist. Hello, Prashant. Thank you for joining us. Good to see you. I hope that you find that this was consistent with what you and I had talked about when we had worked together previously. And it's not just home improvement, it's home services. So that includes anything from having your pool maintained, to cleaning up after your dog, to having your dog house sat or walked. There's just no end to the home services, including education for children, tutoring services where they come to your home. You don't have to go to a learning center. It's just amazing the opportunities that are just booming now and will continue to boom over the foreseeable future for years and years to come. This is not a fad or just a flash in the pan. This is massive demographic changes have occurred, and we will see the benefit of this for years and years and years to come in franchising, especially with home services and this area called affordable luxuries. Another example would be pest control services. That's another home service. Another area I'm seeing tremendous growth in is anything having to do with the exterior of a home, everything from roofing to gutters to insulation, painting, and then of course lawn care. And then on the interior of a home, things like roofing. Oh, I forgot windows. Windows are exterior. Roofing, any cleaning services, residential cleaning. With the pandemic, people are not going to want to decrease their cleaning services. They are going to continue to increase them. Same with security systems. It's just really hard to go wrong with any of these type services. And another demographic trend is, this is how the population in the US looks. If you were to look at a dumbbell where it has 2 big ends and a skinny middle, the 2 big parts are, well, I got to do it this way. This way are youth, people under 21. And then this are people over 65. Both of these massive groups of people are fueling all kind of purchasing decisions in the US. So really a third area I mentioned, affordable luxuries and home services. The others, anything, literally anything that caters to the aging population. There is a franchise that I work with that does nothing but estate sales. And it's primarily for people who are looking to downsize and go to a smaller footprint for living. And these are empty nesters and seniors. And that's doing tremendously well. Another area to think of course, are in-home senior services. That can be anything from what they call companion care to, skilled nursing care. And again, nobody usually wants to go to a retirement facility. People prefer to do what they call age in place. And so in-home services for seniors is a tremendous area of continued growth. This has been going on for over a decade as people are turning 65. The actual statistic is that 11,000 people a day turn 65 in America. And we all know that life expectancy has extended due to the advances in technology and medicine and science. So again, another area where it's hard to not make a highly profitable business. Any particular areas of interest that anybody on the call has, or any follow-up questions you'd like to share? You can put them in the chat box. I see one. All right, beautiful question. How to fund a franchise. Anna's rule of thumb is to have $100,000 minimum of your own money to invest in a franchise. This would be non-financed. The one exception is sort of a home equity line of credit, or what they call a HELOC. It's really equity from your home. You will have to pay back that line of credit, but that's a very popular way people come up with seed money or working capital reserve for their businesses. Another area of funding is the use of retirement fund dollars. Many people are not aware of a program called ROBS, Rollover for Business Startup. And this is where retirement monies can be rolled over into a C corporation to start a business. And this can be done without tax or penalty. And I have a network of franchise funding companies around the country that I'm happy to refer anybody to. There's no cost to speaking to them, to learning about what your options are. There are also things like leasing programs and SBA loans and other options like that. But most people that I work with prefer to mitigate debt or eliminate debt. And so the rollover for business startup using retirement fund monies is very, very popular. And just so you know, this has been around since the 1970s. This is not some newfangled, cryptocurrency, something that somebody dreamed up. This has been around for 50 years. It's tried and true, and it works very, very well for many of the people that I work with. Okay, let's see if there are any other questions. How much does a franchise cost? Well, that's yet another common question that I get. There are over 4,000 different franchises. So the range is tremendous. Of course, I like to start with as low as $100,000 all the way up to, of course, multi-million-dollar concepts like hotels, restaurants, and things like that. My special niche are franchises, service franchises, and also franchises that can be manager run, manage the manager type franchises. And these are all typically under $400,000 total investment. And the financial requirements that most franchisors look for, again, a minimum would be $100,000 of liquid capital or cash equivalent, as well as a net worth of $300,000. And that tells franchisors that you have, the financial depth to not only get into a franchise, but stay into a franchise business until it can break even and generate enough income to cover the operating expenses of the business. That's the bare minimum, is 100,000 liquid, 300 net worth. That's more for an owner-operator type opportunity. If someone's looking for a manager concept where they can have a business that can run on the side of a full-time job, that would be more 150,000 liquid to 200,000 liquid and a net worth of about 500,000 to 600,000, sort of double of what it would be for owner-operator. And then for people who are looking for, as hands-off as is possible, what we call an investor or absentee or even semi-absentee franchise, then you're looking at a much larger investment level. That's more like 300,000 liquid capital and a net worth of around $1 million. And so examples of each of those, let me share it with you. All right, so owner-operator, those would be those type services that I mentioned, home service franchises that cater to homeowners. And anybody who's been a homeowner on the call knows all the many services that you need. Everything from painting, which is repeat business, to lawn care, which is going to be weekly, to pest control, which will be every 3 weeks or so. So these are wonderful type businesses from a business investment standpoint. Repeat loyal customers who pay cash or a swipe of the credit card. I personally use a cleaning service for my home, and it's a beautiful thing. They come in, clean, charge my credit card, and I'm on a schedule with them that they show up every 2 weeks on Monday at 8:30, and I love it. They send me reminders by text that they're coming. The day of the event, the day of them coming to clean, they tell me this Monday, they said they would arrive at 8:58. I knew exactly when to expect them. And then I get a follow-up email asking how was their service. And sometimes I tell them, oh, I want to make sure that they dust the blinds. You can be darn sure next time they had the right equipment to come to dust my blinds. It's just amazing. I love them. It's very user-friendly, and I'm just typical of the type customer these type businesses cater to. I'm busy, I work, I don't want to spend my free time getting weeds out of my lawn, cleaning my house, or painting my house. So these services have been in high demand and continue to be in high demand. And even during COVID, these were considered essential services. Okay, let's see if there are any more questions. We've got 2 minutes left. All right, what are some of the franchises that I've placed people with recently? Last week, I helped a CFO who has a full-time job move forward with a pool cleaning and maintenance franchise. Another great example of the type home service business that I'm talking about. That's the alarm saying we've got 1 more minute. Let me think. Oh, another one earlier this year, earlier in January, was a rental property management franchise. So people love to do investing in rental property, but they don't love keeping up, again, with the maintenance and the repair issue. And so I placed a veteran, a female veteran, into that business, and she's going to knock it out of the park. She already has 2 or 3 of her own in rental properties. And she said, I'm already familiar with this, and she's able to do this for others. And she gets the importance of timely and excellent repairs and maintenance of the rental properties. She's going to knock it out of the park. So that's all the time that we have for today. I did want to again mention to you that next week I'll be in LA visiting 2 different franchisors at their corporate headquarters. They've invited me to come out and meet with them personally. I'm going to experience their franchises. One is a fitness concept. They have a portfolio of 10 different fitness brands, and the other is a massage franchise, again, speaking to the affordable luxuries that people are willing to pay for even in down economic times. So thank you for joining us for this Franchise Minute. See you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.